What's the word? This is the MonsT Rex with another Grand Theft Auto vehicle modification review and showcase for the Vapid Dominator GTX, the new Mustang in Grand Theft Auto 5, based on the Shelby Mustang Super Snake. The Dominator GTX is a modern muscle car that takes strong influences from the 2015 present Ford Mustang, as evidenced by the general profile and rear fascia, whereas the front fascia and taillights are reminiscent of the 7th generation Dodge Charger, with the front intakes and the front skirts inspired by the 2016 present Chevy Camaro ZL1. The rear bumper, stock hood, and grille are directly pulled from the Ford Mustang GTT, the exhausts of which can be installed via Los Santos Customs. Some of the car's details take hints from the Saline 302 Black Label Mustang, particularly the headlights. Unlike the original Dominator, the Dominator GTX's interior is shared with the Spectre, a more modern and luxurious trim fitting the vehicle's high-end nature. It uses the same type of rims available at Los Santos Customs, Synthetic Z, under the sports category. So the armor upgrade is going to be $50,000 for full, brakes $35,000 for full, and then we have a few different spoilers. There's a sticker bomb, carbon, secondary, and a primary. So I think I'm going to choose the secondary color spoiler there, and we have some engine bars. There's a sticker bomb, stock, lightweight, midweight, heavyweight, and a GT stunt brace with a circular pattern. EMS engine upgrade 4 for 33,500. There's quite a few different options for the exhaust on here, and I kind of like the stock exhaust the best on this one. These twin carbon novelty exhaust, those are supposed to be hints to the Ford Mustang GTT. And I like the dual exhaust options. I wish there was more of a Flowmaster exhaust looking option, because I like the way those look on the Dominator. And so here we're going to move into the body arches. There's primary, secondary, carbon-colored chrome body arches, or the sticker-bombed body arches. And I prefer the secondary color body arches. I think that they definitely make the Mustang pop. The Dominator look is accentuated by those. A real Shelby would have those on the side. And the grill options, let's move in to check those out. We have Roadster, Carbon Roadster, Tuner Grill, Carbon Tuner, Sports Grill, Chrome Sports, Shark Grill, Carbon Shark Grill, Grinder Grill, or Carbon Grinder Grill. And the Sports Chrome Grill looks really cool with those two bars. I like the Shark Grill. I like the name of the Shark Grill. And I like the chrome color, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that. The hood options on this car are very unique, and they're my favorite feature of the Dominator GTX because they are reminiscent of the Shelby Super Snake as well. The Super Snake is called the Super Snake because the hood scoops resemble the nose of a snake, and that vented hood scoop really looks cool. The Rally spec hood looks very cool, and so does the vanity hood. I like being able to see the engine. The performance hood has some pretty big scoops on it, and the stock hood looks great as well. But I like this vented hood scoop because it looks exactly like the 2018-2019 Ford Mustang Shelby Super Snake. And that's the look that I'm going for. This car already really looks like that, and it's my dream car in real life. So the horn options here are always going to be the same, and I'm not going to put a festive loop on this one because I don't want jingle bells as I'm driving around. I'm going to leave the headlights the stock color for now because I want to decide what color the respray is going to be. I like those Vapid mud guards. It has the option to include some mud guards, some mud flaps on here. I'm going to have to use my Mustang license plate, my custom iFruit Mustang license plate, because this is, after all, a Mustang. We've got a blackened carbon or a secondary color rear panel, so I'm going to use the blackened rear panel. And here we go. Here are the primary color respray options. So let's see what my crew color looks like. That's kind of a cyan. Black, white, cream, purple, brown. There's all the greens. Gonna shuffle up here to the blues and the reds. I like the orange color on this Mustang a lot. I ordered it in orange, and if you know anything about Ford Mustang stock color options, in 1970 Mustang released a Twister Special Mach 1 that was only available in a color that they dubbed Grabber Orange. Very cool name, Grabber Orange, and that became a really iconic classic Mustang color in the future ever since the 1970 Mach 1 Twister Special. So in the game, the counterpart is pretty much going to be the Sunrise Orange, like that. Either Sunrise Orange or Orange. I like the Sunrise. It's a little bit more expensive and it's a little bit more dramatic. It definitely looks a lot more like a real Shelby. The newer Shelbys also, the Grabber Orange is darker than the retro 1970s version of the color. So this is pretty much an exact replica of what a 2019 Shelby Super Snake would look like if you did order it in the orange color. So now we're getting into the pearlescence. I'm gonna give it a red because it's already a really deep hue, and that looks great. That gives it a mirrored hue, which is look how good that paint job looks. It's very shiny. It's very mirrored. It looks a lot better than the stock option that it came with. So the primary color is going to contrast to these wheel well covers and the mirrors and the front splitter and the door handles. It looks like are the only color that the secondary option changes. And we have a few different combinations with the green and orange. Yellow and orange looks great. I'm kind of going for a snake theme. So I'm going to choose either like an orange or a red or a green. That bright orange looks pretty cool. I also like red. Red looks great because it's handsome on this car and it doesn't stand out too much. It doesn't make it look too much like it's just a slammed rice burner. That's not the look that I'm going for. I'm going for the American muscle car look here. So I'm going to go with the Cabernet red. It's kind of in between the wine red and the bright red. So I don't know why it says striped roof, because there are no stripes that show up. My secondary color is red, and I'm not seeing any stripes, so that would be cool if there were striped liveries for this car. But the roof options are ample here. We've got 20 different roof options. It's kind of ridiculous. Race vents, that looks great. That looks like a real Shelby Super Snake. MK1 and an MK2 roof scoop. That's kind of cool. I bet the MK2 roof scoop may even make it faster. It doesn't look like it does, though. MK2 stuff is usually, if it says MK2, is worth purchasing. There's a lot of sticker bombed options on this car. I'm not sure why they went ahead and did that, because Mustang enthusiasts like me usually don't even put a single bumper sticker on their car because it looks tacky. So I'm going to avoid the sticker bomb options altogether on this car, and I think I'm going to choose the race vent roof because that looks like the real Shelby right there. And there's a few options on the real car that are very reminiscent to this one, including the MK2 roof scoop and the race vents like that. So more sticker bombed options here for the skirts, and we have a secondary street, carbon street skirt. It has a little carbon colored stripe in there, and then we have an MK1 Ram bar, secondary, primary, and an MK2 Ram bar, secondary, primary, and sticker bomb. So those, I think, are just to add a little bit of beef to the side of the vehicle if you're going to go ahead and get rammed, or maybe if you're going to try and use this in the arena war. I don't know if that's even an option. At this point, I'm pretty sure the classic Dominator and the Future Shock, Nightmare, Apocalypse versions are the only Dominators that you can use at this point in the arena. So perhaps that's a hint that later on this vehicle might be introduced to the arena war in the Drip Feed, which would be very cool. So let's check out the spoiler options we have here. Aerodynamic fin, carbon aerodynamic fin, drag spoiler, secondary, carbon drag, and a dovetail spoiler. And there's 18 different options that we have here. Oh, there we go. Looks like the dovetail spoiler is up on the roof, and then we have a garage spoiler, which is just massive. And the sports one looks most like the stock classic one that you would be receiving from the dealership. So since that's the look that I'm going for, I'm gonna choose the sports spoiler, and I'm gonna go ahead and slam it all the way, lower it, because that looks tight, and give it the turbo tuning for 550,000, and that does not increase the speed. So let's check out the wheel options that we have here. This car is already really fast, and the engine tune seemed like the only thing that increased the speed. Of course, I'm going to go for the Chrome Muscle Freak because those are Magnum 500 wheels, and those are really available on a Mustang. The Magnum 500 rims are very cool looking. I had those on my 1965 Mustang, and limo windows, and then that's it for the customization options on this car. So that's how it looks inside the arena workshop. Let's drive it outside and check out the handling on this baby. The Southern San Andreas Super Auto's description of this vehicle says, Step 1, take the best looking muscle car the 60s ever saw and introduce it to the great American supercar of the modern era. Step 2, leave them alone in a quiet garage with a few dozen shots of high-octane gas, plenty of axle grease, and nothing else to do. Step 3, the Dominator GTX is born, and is hungry. When your pedigree is this damn good, there's nothing wrong with keeping it all in the family. And there's my friend's Dominator. That's the Pibwasser Dominator. Let's look at these side by side here. They're definitely both recognizable of Mustangs. They have those classic features, and we're going to go ahead and drag race them to see which one is faster now. So we can throw a grenade and go ahead and start off, and it looks like the GTX has got a substantial lead from right off the bat, especially popping that clutch with the R1. So looks like this is faster than the fully upgraded Dominator, and the GTX is a pretty good overall investment in Grand Theft Auto because it's a fast muscle car. You're going to be able to use it in custom races. It's a Mustang. It's a must-have for any enthusiasts like me. So let's go ahead and drag race one more time, throw a grenade, and we'll go on the explosion. Here we go. I threw another one. And yeah, this guy burns rubber. This is a drag king, and it's a very cool looking car. It's going to turn a lot of heads. It's a flashy vehicle. I like driving vehicles like this, especially when they're new and they just come out around the map, because it always turns players' heads, and they always like to talk to you about your car. And if you like doing things like car shows and vehicle showcases with your friends, this vehicle is going to be definitely going to be a conversation piece at the local Los Santos Customs car show. So that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.